Cowabunga, dudes and dudettes. This is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Kabuto Mushi and Nemisis from the Godbeast. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figures come in polybag packaging with cardboard headers showcasing great artwork of each individual character. Turning both packages around, we can see a rundown of all the people and companies responsible for making these two incredibly cool glyos figures. So with the packaging out of the way, let's crack these figures open and see what we have inside. And here are the figures out of the packaging. And man, these are some really awesome glyos figures. Ever since I've seen these, I have wanted some and just never pulled the trigger. But when they came out with this color scheme utilizing my favorite colors, I had to pick them up, and I was not disappointed. These are some great pieces, and I cannot wait to check them out with you guys. So what are we waiting for? Let's take a closer look at the Kabuto Mushi and Nemisis. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the Kabuto Mushi, Nemisis, and little mini Mushi. Xycoss colors, or Xycoss colors? I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, honestly. It's spelled like it's supposed to be said like Xycoss, so I'm gonna go with that. If it's Xycoss, feel free to correct me in the comments. I'm just going by what I'm kind of reading. Probably screwing that up. So let's start off with little mini Mushi here. So the Kabuto Mushi itself, and pardon Nemesis for falling, he's not really standing all that well for me today. But the little mini Mushi is really cool. It actually comes with the Kabuto Mushi. And this is just a very cool design. It's just a little mini version or a little mini companion partner for the Kabuto Mushi. And he is a solid static piece. There's no articulation in this figure whatsoever. He does not come apart like all the other glyos pieces. But he still looks very cool. I do like that. There is even some paint detailing there with that silver bits on the chest. And you can even see in the eyes there that is painted silver. So that's pretty cool. Love, love, love the clear red. Now I'm going to take a look at the Nemesis, because the Nemesis is pretty rad and a pretty gnarly looking character in my opinion. I think the way it works, and I could be wrong, but I think the Nemesis is like the villain to Kabuto Mushi, and Kabuto Mushi is a good guy. I think that's how it works in the storyline. Again, I could be wrong. I probably am, but either way, I think this figure looks fantastic. I love the clear red with like this gunmetal black used there and all these silver bits. The silver on this guy is awesome because all his horns and spikes and all that are all painted in that silver. I just think he looks really, really cool. He even has like an appendage down here and whatnot. I love that. These figures are created by a guy named Marty, aka the Godbeast, and what he wanted to do with his own glyos line is kind of bring the more insectoid type characters, and I could totally see that with these characters. I think the Nemesis looks fantastic. Lots of good articulation, pretty much anywhere there's a cut. You can swivel, even the tail appendage back here, even the head spikes and all that come off. You can take it apart because again it is glyos compatible, so you can pull that head off. And we do get an extra head for this. He comes like this mantis type of head, which I think is rad. Has some of that gunmetal black on the neck right there with the silver eyes, even some wire painting or antennas maybe on the top of that. And you can put that in there on that, so you can have them like so. So that's pretty awesome. I do like that. But I think this head looks gnarly. That is pretty cool. And actually, me and my friends used the Nemesis figure in our Dungeons and Dragons game as like the boss we were fighting, and in the description actually worked out very well to the point where it almost described Nemesis, which was pretty funny. So that was pretty rad. So a great figure right there. So now let's take a look at the Kabuto Mushi himself. Now this is such a fantastic design. I love the look of this character. Just a very, very cool piece. I love this little piece right here. It's on like a backpack. You can't use that for whatever you want, like an alternative head and things like that. It almost looks like spider, mandibles right there on that and whatnot. Or right there, those could be like eyes. Whatever you really want to do. But again, the design is just fantastic. I love that. I love this like scarab horn right here and whatnot. I think that looks very cool. The gunmetal on there, that gunmetal black, looks really, really nice. That clear red, that silver for all the spikes and all that, that looks so awesome. Now, I've actually always wanted the Kabuto Mushi for quite some time. This is actually my first time picking them up. Now, the reason I picked them up, because this is pretty much my favorite colors, red, black, and silver. And that's what they did, a clear red, because I'm a sucker and I love clear plastic toys. You got that gunmetal black and that bright silver. It just looks really, really cool. I love that a lot. Now, I actually did a couple drawings of the Kabuto Mushi, not in this specific colorway, because I think I will at some point do it in this colorway, but I did draw it because, again, I just love the design. And I had to draw him in at least a couple different colorways, which I absolutely loved. So, again, a very cool figure. Utilizing that glyos system, pretty much anywhere there's a swivel or a cut, anything like that, the whole arm can come off. And you could take, his arm if you want from Nemesis and put it on that guy if you want. And, make your own things, whatever you choose to do, which is very, very cool. Now, what I did, since I picked up both figures at the same time, I decided that I'm going to make my own little character. And let's take a look at that. Alright guys, so this is something I threw together using the Mushi and the Nemisis figures. So I kind of just mixed and mashed all those pieces, or a majority of those pieces, and came up with this guy. And he looks like some type of like mantis warrior kind of dude, but he came out very cool. And that's pretty much what I wanted to do when I got those two figures in, is just try and mix them together and make my own thing. And that's exactly what I did here. And I think it came out pretty awesome, especially with all the silver on here, from all those spikes and thorns and whatnot. He looks pretty badass, and I like it a lot. Very, very cool piece the way this worked. So just to show you what I mean by, the things of like the beauty of glyos. The articulation with this is pretty insane. So it does rotate at the head like so, because that is a different piece. And the arm can go all the way up like that. It can also swivel across, so it can go across the chest like so on axis joint there. It does rotate there, rotate at like the wrist, it does rotate at the waist. He can kick all the way up forward like that, all the way back like so. You could even rotate on that peg right there, as well as swivel back here like so, and then rotate at the ankle. I mean, once you put enough pieces together, and you could pretty much have unlimited articulation, which it gets pretty insane. So I could even have him doing some kind of like flying kick like that, like, yeah, if I really, really wanted to. And that's really cool. That's exactly why I love glyos figures and the things you could do with them. I mean, your only limit really is your imagination, and I absolutely love this thing. So now, after seeing that, I mean, doesn't that kind of make you want to pick up more glyos stuff? I mean, that is just really cool what you can do, and I just did all that with these two figures right here, and just kind of fused them in there like Super Saiyan Fusion, and made that cool character and such a fun and great toy. Now again, there are a ton of different colorways. There are only so many on the Godbeast website. I really recommend checking the stuff out from Marty. Really cool dude, does great product over there. And again, I'm really happy that I picked up my first Mushi and my first Nemesis ever in my favorite colors. And I am so stoked. I think these are such great figures, and I think they are definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here they are standing next to a Marvel Legends Captain America figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And just for fun, here they are standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Kabuto Mushi and Nemisis. Now overall, these are just really fun and really sweet toys. The Godbeast just did some great stuff here. These awesome colorways utilizing that glyos system is just very cool, and I am so stoked and proud to add these to the collection. I cannot wait to get more. There are just a ton of colorways. You really have to see it for yourself. I think these are so awesome, and they are definitely a must get. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.